Leisure time, here we go. Free time, heard a murmur not to say free time. Touch the memory bubble. Yeah, it goes down deeper as per usual. Your eyes are bleary from sleep. The composite material of the bedroom's curtains effectively blocks out 99% of light. Were it not for your psychic tentacles, you would be hard-pressed to discern the structures of the space station. No. It would be hard-pressed to discern the structure of the space surrounding you with your eyes alone, even though you've been living here since 50 years ago. It seems the weather outside is quite gloomy. Thick dark clouds hang low in the sky as they gather and roil. The temperature is low and you realize it's already autumn. This kind of weather is perfect for sleeping, no wonder you slept so well. Leave your warm blankets and pull open the curtains, greeted by a landscape that matches what you've sensed. Looks like you're not old yet. You turn towards the aged TV and direct a psychic energy beam toward it. The TV lights up in response, the midday weather forecast is on. Starting at noon, the Deveron female on the TV has a sweet voice. Forecasts show that heavy metal snowfall will continue throughout most of the Compt metropolitan area. Residents are advised to avoid outdoor activities as much as possible. Just yesterday, you learned at school that the surface temperature of the planet Compt is extremely high. Heavy metal compounds undergo evaporation due to the high temperatures, which causes them to rise to the troposphere. They then condensate and combine with the inorganic acids in the atmosphere, after which they return to the surface in the form of precipitation. After quietly reviewing this bit of found knowledge in your mind, you swell with satisfaction. Intelligent life forms always enjoy taking pride in knowing obscure trivia that others don't. The corners of your mouth rise up as you turn to go back to the kitchen. You make yourself a cup of hot cocoa, the drink of choice for this kind of weather. What could possibly be better than enjoying hot cocoa while snuggled up in a nice thick blanket and streaming a drama you enjoy as heavy metal snows down. That's exactly what you'll do, you say to yourself. The brown liquid in your mug is piping hot. Your psychic tentacles lazily flop down on your head. A sweet flavor and comfy warms flood your body as the cocoa enters your stomach. You feel relaxed and direct a psychic energy beam towards your desktop computer. All these shows look pretty good. LeBlanc, The Meteor Thief, freaking good. Dr. Flat. Thanks the stars for the terrestrial piece media. You curl up on an adaptive chair and cover yourself with a fleecy blanket. There's a nice warm cup of hot cocoa in your hands. Your free time has truly begun. Outside the window, snowflakes gently fall from the sky, and they give off a fluorescent glow as they drift wherever the wind takes them. But that no longer has anything to do with you. Okay, sure. I'm gonna hurt him. Oh yeah, I don't know, this might be a shorter stream just because my nose won't stop bugging me up since they're funny. Oh, my nose again before I do it, get started running, and it's been a minute. Oh, shame. And blah 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 blah, Eon, blah blah blah, goes deeper than the bone. And then here we go. Staring at the woman's surreal face concealed under the white brim of her hood, you can hardly believe the bizarre stories she has just told. Gods really exist, and they are elevated from mortals. Gods aren't almighty, but each holds different authorities and walks different roads. This is too ridiculous. She even claims to be some sort of emanator and mirror holder. The woman nods. It's normal for you to be confused. She speaks in a calm and cold tone as if she can see through you. The woman then reaches underneath her silk cloak with her slender fingers and takes out a gleaming, sharp object. Dazzled by the glow, you try to take a close look, only to be distracted again by the woman's voice. This is the mirror of transcendence. Look at them. Now look at what the Eon look like. The woman's voice remains frosty. You stare into the mirror as curiosity gets the better of you. Instead of your reflection, you see a magnificent sculpture. The sculpture shatters from the top to the bottom as if struck by lightning. It splits vertically into halves and then separated parts fall independently. The left part of the sculpture is a muscular man, while the right part is a gorgeous woman. Each part has two arms extended toward the other. They support and uplift each other, but also hold a carving knife, each as though they are crafting each other. The pair of twisting and tangled and intertwined bodies look like a spiral made of stone, yet they are joined together from their waists down. You are mesmerized and fascinated by their remarkably gorgeous and bizarre posture. Suddenly, your gaze meets the eyes of the being in the mirror. Stunned, you quickly withdraw yourself from the extraordinary experience, so this is your god, you mumble. No, this is what beauty in its purest form looks like in your perception. The woman shakes her head as she strokes the cracked mirror in her hands. And this is what they are. Well, they're definitely not all Madame Hertz's memories, that's for sure.
That's
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
What's not gonna happen now?
I'll say it again. I don't care what Runmei said to you, but there's no chance we're shutting down the simulated universe.
Wow, what's happening now?
Herta, I've made my decision. Question. What have we invested into this project? Hundreds of system hours, the resources of an entire planet, and the most advanced technology in the entire universe.
Sure.
And what have we gotten in return? Unknowns, confusion, and a series of errors.
Oh.
In the beginning, we defined the simulated universe as a miniature world that could be used to discover the traces of the eons. But now, it's become something far removed from its original purpose.
A game.
The simulated universe is bound to make errors. You said that yourself, and that's exactly what we're experiencing. Why
Money.
is that a problem all of a sudden?
Money, I don't know.
I adore the vast amount of knowledge, but I cannot accept that the simulated universe remains simply a pending contract waiting to be attended to. Herta, think about it. How many surprises has this project given you? And how many disappointments has it given you?
The simulated universe never disappointed me. You are what disappoints me, Screwlum.
Well, that feels bad there.
Do you really think of yourself as someone so exceptionally amazing? Right now, you're more like someone from the Nitwit Society.
Very clever insult. Very.
Herta, I don't mean to question you, nor do I want to deny the hard work you've put forth for the simulated universe. I just want to give more room for knowledge and inspiration to grow freely.
That's enough. Leave if you don't want to be part of this. Go tell the other two yourself. Oh, and take your tech with you. I don't need it.
Oh, well, I might set you back a bit.
I can go find Adrian Taylor, or the red-nosed old man from Epsilon, or even the Intelligentsia Guild. At least they won't quit
This is Intelligentsia
halfway.
Guild too. So I'm here. Is she gonna at least...
Screwlum.
Nope.
We've known each other for a long time. This is the first time I feel that you're nothing but a piece of ice-cold metal.
That feels bad right there. Not sure what else to say. Time to talk to Screwlum.
My apologies, sir.
Never expected to see that kind of expression on her face.
This all started with me. I was the one that brought up the request to end our academic
Why can't
collaboration.
I change angles, man?
Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Herta or the project. The simulated universe is a great experiment, and Herta is a true genius.
Okay, so...
However, we have our differences when it comes down to our long-term vision for the future. These differences will often manifest into bias, and bias will get in the way of the formulation of knowledge. Deep down, I continue to believe in Herta. The question is whether one should end a collaboration that no longer holds true to its original intent. From an objective standpoint, I should end it immediately.
But emotionally?
Are you worried about her mental state?
Oh, a little.
Judging by the result, I have failed to choose the most suitable time to raise this matter. The emotions of organic life are like tides. It is my fault for not noticing the trajectory of the moon. Let Herta be alone for a while, so she can calm her emotions. It'll be
extremely
beneficial
stubborn.
for our negotiations later as well.
So she's extremely stubborn,
As
so nice
for
try.
the simulated
Or nice, good
universe,
luck.
If that's the reason you're here, maybe I can help in answering your questions.
Sure, explain what happened.
Search. Bonfire in the depths of the woods. A lone stone sword points to the stars. Punk Lord mentality. That is no ordinary curio, my friend. That is a love letter a Galaxy Ranger has written for the universe. Young sir, how much do you know about Punk Lord?
I've heard of it,
It
that's
is a
about
planet
it.
made of data and symbols. The edges of reality and illusion are blurred in Punk Lord, as are its
Interesting.
days and nights. An ether cartridge is a chip that Punklordian hackers use to edit reality. The ways through which a hacker perceives and modifies the world are recorded on the chip.
Huh.
It's a recording of the hacker's life and proof of their existence. The one on the space station belonged to someone truly legendary. He
You?
became a Galaxy Ranger by accident and spent many long years traveling among the stars. He encountered countless fascinating individuals and saw wonders witnessed by few.
Lucky
Many
you.
of the records and details recorded therein are beyond the knowledge of even the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild. That is why it became part of the masses of calculation data for the simulated universe.
See?
Yes, no need to worry, my friend. The cartridge has never left the space station.
Oh, that's
It's,
good
as
to
I
know.
said, it is a very important reference for the simulated universe. That is why its data has been extracted and added to the calculations of the universe.
Unless everyone will put something in it.
Herta was probably impulsive and added the cartridge into the simulation without telling anyone, resulting in the item being listed as lost.
I can imagine that. That person could have gone into the
I
office.
understand your concern.
Yep.
If the individual in question did indeed try to hack into Herta's office, then the simulated universe is undoubtedly her next target. As such, please allow me to offer my limited abilities to assist you with your investigation.
Hey, appreciate it, bud.
As you already know, the simulated universe will be shut down temporarily. It will remain shut until Herta and I come to a clear conclusion. Yes, this is the last chance to investigate the cartridge data. By way of apology for shutting down the simulated universe, I will use my abilities in the universe to provide you with what assistance I can. This is my recommendation.
Appreciate it.
Please take your time to consider it.
It kind of reminds me of Song Lee. Kind of. Hey, Leonard.
Did you hear that? I was so scared I couldn't utter a single word.
Congrats, man.
Simulated universe? Shut down? That's Madame Herta's biggest project.
It is, yeah.
I can't imagine how mad she'd be if it fell through.
Probably very mad.
Wait, this isn't my fault, is it? If I'd been
No.
able to stop the enemy's
Maybe.
invasion, would Mr. Skrullum be less pessimistic?
Don't know. Ugh. Let's focus on what's in front of us. No point in lamenting.
You're right. This is terrible. I feel like I'm incapable of doing anything. Still, beating myself up all the time won't help either. We're here for the cartridge. At the very least, we must try and see this thing through.
Mm-hmm. True.
Having heard what Mr. Skrullum said, you're entering the simulated universe to continue the investigation, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I won't be able to accompany you. I'll be helping Mr. Skrullum monitor the system's internal data flow from the office.
Sure.
Ugh, I'm so nervous. This is the first time I've been involved in something so big.
Well, congrats, man. Good for
Anyway,
you.
I'll be cheering for you.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess time to go and... Not
Well,
even much of
sir.
an option. So
You
whatever.
ready?
Yeah, but ready they'll ever be. I've got something to ask
Please,
you.
ask
Sure.
away.
Something...
I welcome all forms of curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge.
Sure. Are you really shutting... Are you really shutting down the simulated
Yes.
universe? Here we
There
go.
are other concerns besides those I've mentioned. I believe that the miracles inside the simulated universe have the right to grow and develop organically. The will of others shouldn't be imposed upon it, just like in the actual universe. The more Herta tries, the further she moves away from the universe that she had hoped for. Conclusion. The endless iterations of the simulated universe are wearing down her talents.
Isn't that her
day by day.
choice?
I hope to free my dear friend from it. Nevertheless, I must also clarify that this is my opinion alone. You should form your own judgment on Herta, young sir.
She's something special, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Who are the Galaxy Rangers that you speak
They
of?
are a group that carries a balance scale with them at all times. They believe all the justice in the universe needs to be achieved through individual deeds.
Then, what's the love letter for the universe?
That was the most suitable way of describing the Galaxy Rangers in my interpretation. They are
Okay,
directed
sure.
by the path of the hunt and are always accompanied by song and the sound of horns. They pursue justice for the individuals and groups they encounter along the way and shower them with splendid wines and poems.
Sounds like a fun time.
However, all stories come to an end, just as they disappeared from the spotlight long ago.
That's a shame. Tell me more about the Punkler attackers, sure.
There is a group of life forms there that know nothing of fatigue. They are attempting to touch upon the umbilical cord of the truth. They are compiling the languages, thoughts, and even emotions of the entire planet into symbols that even inorganic life forms can understand. You see, in the vast sea of data, life exists only in one form, a line of code. Whether it's a butterfly, a whale, or even you. The length of that line of code dictates the boundaries of what the entity entails.
It's got a DNA. No, I'm actually data.
Maybe
It's data,
the
right?
emotions of organic life forms are an expression of data, don't you think?
Possibly. That's all the questions I have. Let's keep
Very
going.
well.
Sure.
Get going we shall. I will be sending you into the simulated universe
Okay.
using an alternative method. It might feel a little different than usual.
Okie dokie, orange
This
jokey.
will help us quickly locate the cartridge in the vast sea of data. We'll start with this data link. Now, please prepare yourself for a deep dive with your consciousness.
Ooh, everything's all 48. Oh gosh, darn it. Those ones are weak. They're just the they should be fine. They're usually pretty weak. So what I'm gonna do? I don't have an option. Oh, fair. Okay, we're gonna switch for well, they said ice is a good one. I don't know. An electric, sure. It's gonna be weaker, but what you gonna do, right? Oh, I can't stop sneezing. I want to have the thing so I can't make him like super strong, but super strong. You feel a ripple of great weightlessness that makes you lose control of your limbs, and in the flurry of symbols and code, you wake up with a jolt. This is the simulated universe, sure.
Young sir, are you all right?
Oh yeah. I'm fine.
You are now inside the data link of the ether cartridge.
Super Wolf.
Look around and tell me what you discover.
Oh, that hacker is right in front of me.
Hacker? Oh. Conclusion. That is a holographic record that the simulated universe has created. In here, regardless of how large or small, all
she did
variables
go
are
in here.
saved, including outsider traces. You were right. The enemy's invasion has spread to the deepest parts of the simulated universe.
Huh.
They were only a hair away from the ether cartridge's data link. What we are seeing are the projections of what happened in those moments.
Okie dokie,
Young
artichoke,
sir,
sure.
please stay still. Allow me to see what I can do with this record.
Hey, you. Why are you staring at me?
Oh. Oh, wait, what did you do?
I initiated the simulation flow. This is just a record of the past. She's not actually talking to you.
Okay, good.
Please
Sure.
listen and don't interrupt her. We may be able to find out more of what we need to know.
Sure.
First off, I'm not obsessed with it. On Punklord, the stories of the cartridge are no different from textbooks. I'm not interested in something that everybody already knows about. Secondly, it's not some kind of video game cartridge. It's an ether cartridge. It's the second pair of eyes, second brain, and second heart of the hacker.
Sounds pretty cool.
Do you understand what that actually means? With that cartridge, if a guy went to a movie premiere and bought some mixed popcorn, you'd be able to know the flavor of the fourth kernel he picked out of the bucket.
Sure.
It's truly amazing. Lastly, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not obsessed with it. The reason I'm still rambling about it is to make sure that you know how amazing it really is. Do you get it now,
I
Kafka?
don't think Kafka will ever care.
Alright, let's get going. We have to move quickly. This place is different from the rest of the space station. We're on Genius Society turf.
Huh.
It is safe to assume that two people entered the simulated universe. Her and her companion.
Kafka, yep.
Interesting. Let's see what happened next. You are now
Take a
taking
walk
the
in.
point of view of the companion. She will react to your behavior now.
Oh. Oh.